Hello, how are you? Good. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I apologize sincerely. I saw that you were trying to get an appointment before the new year. Yeah. Yeah, for this resolution planning session, we really fill up very fast. A lot of our clients really love this. Yes, they look forward to it every year. So, I'm glad that you were able to get in, but again, I apologize that it is so late in the new year already. But we can always start off making new resolutions. So, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is, but nevertheless, let's begin. This is your first time with us, correct? Beautiful. Okay, so for today, we are just doing the resolution planning. It looks like the energy reset is not for today, right? Okay. Yes, so you will come in about a week from now, from today, I believe, and we will be doing the energy reset portion of this session. Correct? Okay. Just want to make sure. Some people do it as a package together, but we can certainly do it separately. They're both very similar yet different, and so they can be done in tandem or separately. It doesn't really matter. But yes, so that looks right. So let me just explain how the resolution planning goes here at the clinic. So we're gonna have you check in. Obviously we have some of your information, but I just want to verify it and make sure everything's good. Then we're going to do a reflection. I'm gonna ask you some questions about the past year, because we really believe that when you reflect on the past year and everything like that, it really helps you to propel forward into the new year. You can look at the ways that you've grown, the things that you wish you would have done, things like that, and really use that to make and curate your resolutions for the next year. We also have 4 areas of life here at the clinic that we like to focus on. Obviously there are more. You can have different priorities or different sub areas and things like that, but these are just the 4 foundations that we build off of. You probably have come in here with your own resolutions set already, and that is perfectly fine, but we just like to offer this as a way to kind of analyze other avenues for resolutions that we may not have thought of. So we will go through that, and then we will then go into specific resolutions, the things that you want to put in here in our system, and then also we give some tips and tricks on how to really foster those resolutions and carry them out throughout the year. So I will be typing all of this down, and no one is going to see this. It's very confidential. I will only be seeing this, and you will only be seeing this. We will email you all of the things that I write after the session, and you can verify that this is what you want on here. We just like to do this to have it in our records so that you can look in future years and see your resolutions, your priorities, and just see how you've grown. A lot of what we do here focuses on growth and how you can continue to grow and foster better habits. So that's really what we're doing here. We just want to foster that environment for you. Yeah. Okay, great. So we're gonna check you in. Okay. So can I have your name, please? Okay. And your phone number. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. And then your email. At Gmail. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So we're not going to bombard you with any spam emails or anything like that. That's just simply for when we're done with this session and any session hereafter. But yeah, so very simple. You can also use that to contact us after we send you this initial email with any questions or concerns or anything like that. Okay. And now we will move on to our reflection. Okay, so we have 5 questions here. Some of them are kind of fun, some of them are just kind of like random, but they are all here with the goal of propelling you forward into the new year while reflecting on the past year. Okay. Let me just adjust things here. Okay. So, first question. In what ways did you grow rather throughout the year last year? This could be very small, very big, a sudden realization, something that happened over time. Okay. Okay. Perfect. That sounds lovely. Okay. And then, what or who is the one thing or person that you're grateful for? That sounds lovely. Okay. And now this one is very interesting, but what was your biggest win this year? Now this could be very big, an aspiration that you've had for a very long time that you finally sat down and accomplished, or it could simply be the fact that you got out of bed every day this year and you woke up. Yeah, no win is too small. It does say biggest win. It just means something that you're proud of. What did you read, watch, or listen to that made the most impact on your life this year? Well, yes, so this question is mostly here just to kind of see, like, things that we consume, the media that we consume, and otherwise, they can have a real impact on the way that we live our lives, and the way that we, or rather, our outlook on lives. So, if you take note of the things that do that, you can see how you have adjusted your worldview and things like that over the years. Okay. Yes, there was a lot of very good music that came out this year, in my opinion. That is a very good movie. I did enjoy that one. This one is a little more serious, I guess. If you could go back to last January, what suggestions would you give your past self? It could be advice, it could be, look out for the future, things like that. Okay. We get a lot of that here, yeah. No, I think that's a very, very important thing. Yes. Okay, so now we're done with that. So now we're going to get into the areas of life that you can really foster a resolution or better habits, things like that. So these are kind of consolidated. Obviously, there are more specific areas of life that you can really go down, financial or spiritual, physical, things like that. But we kind of have these base for that you can kind of build off of if you wish to do so. But these are just kind of the 4 that we've seen time and time again show up in our resolutions within our clients. So we have relationships as our first area of life. Now this can include family, friends, acquaintances, maybe co-workers, significant others, things like that. Just a lot of people want to foster better relationships or make an active choice to, you know, spend time with someone at least once per week or something like that, or call them so many times in a month, or, you know, things like that. Just fostering better relationships, maybe work on not only seeing them on a screen, maybe actually going out and visiting, things like that. But don't feel pressured to have a resolution in every area of life. This is simply just to get your mind rolling, get the ball rolling, and just kind of think of these things, definitely. Then we have work, school, more vocational-esque resolutions for an area of life. You can apply for a new job if that's something that you're looking towards, or apply to school, university, higher education, do well in an internship or a new job that you've had, and then just in general foster better study habits. We do suggest that when it comes to school and education, that you don't say things like, I need to get a 4.0. While that is a great goal, and while that definitely is an achievement, a 4.0, when you set it as a goal, when you don't have guidelines, you can overdo it. And this is me speaking from experience here. Obviously, maybe some people have that goal and they do perfectly fine, but if you instead change the wording and say, I want to build better study habits, I want to stop procrastinating, and here's how I'm going to do that, or I want to focus on this and not really worry about this because it's not as effective or efficient. When you do that and you just want to have a better relationship with school or homework, we believe, well, I believe, that the good grades will follow. If you intentionally say, you know, I just want to have better study habits, but then also just take care of myself at the same time and not overwork myself, then the good grades should follow because you're building those better habits. But that is just my opinion. Take with that what you will, but that is just kind of something that I've seen here. A lot of our students say that, and then it kind of just, it sets yourself up for failure if you get anything less. Other GPAs are perfectly fine and amazing. You do not have to have a 4.0 in order to succeed this year at all. But anyway, let me get off my soapbox. The next area of life is personal growth. So this would include things like journaling, meditation, habit tracking, reading, things of that nature. This could also include something more spiritual or religious practices, but I understand not everyone is spiritual or religious, so that's why we don't have a whole section on that, because it's not applicable to everyone. So just think about things like that, smaller habits that you can just do to better yourself. I mean, reading is a great way to educate yourself on things that you may never have learned about in a classroom setting or things like that. So those are really good ways to get in touch with yourself and kind of figure out what you like to do. I think that those can really foster really good habits, and you can build a better relationship with yourself. On the same note as that, we have self-care, which includes a lot. It is all-encompassing, but obviously you can have exercise, steps per day, if you have a step goal you want to reach every day, water intake, eating habits, even just skincare, hair care, things like that. Pampering yourself if you want to get your nails done every month or so. Things like that, where you're just giving back to your body because your body does so much for you. And if you appreciate it and give back to it, I believe that when you have that base, because it's a very foundational thing to exercise, have water, things like that. When you have that, you can really be productive and motivated to do other things and have a better mood. You know, obviously drinking water isn't going to solve all your problems, but if you have that foundation, if if you give back to your body, then your body will give back to you. That's just how I view it. But now we will go into specific resolution tips before we actually go into your resolutions themselves. So we want you to be as specific as possible. Don't just say, I want to exercise more. Be like, I want to exercise 3 to 5 times a week. And then here are the exercises I want to do. These days I want to have, a leg day, upper body day, push-pull day, things like that. Have a very specific goal with specific steps that you can do to achieve that goal. If it's something more like a habit, have a habit tracker, incentivize it. You'll be more likely to do it past just like the first 2 weeks of the year. And then also something that we suggest here is to make sure that you look back every quarter or so, every 3 or 4 months, just to see your progress and kind of adjust where needed. It's totally okay if you find throughout the year that the goals you set back in January actually aren't realistic to your life now. Maybe it worked back then, or maybe it didn't, and so now you want to kind of take that and adjust it and make it into something that you can actually accomplish. That is perfectly fine. It's good because then you are setting yourself up for success, and then you can actually accomplish those things. So we do suggest that, and we do have a few seminars going on later in the year if you would like to sign up for those. Just kind of reflection on, the new year and everything like that. So totally up to you. And now we will get into your resolutions. So we like to suggest you to have 3 or 4 resolutions in different areas, but obviously that is totally up to you. You can do 4 in just the skincare, or if there are 4 different relationships that you want to tackle and really foster this year, then you can certainly do that. It's honestly up to you, but these are just the suggestions that me and the clinic have, if you want to take those, but you certainly don't have to. Okay. And then I also want to tell you that I'm writing these down as an I will, or more definitive verb usage, I guess, for lack of a better term, because we believe that when you have more definitive action verbs and everything like that, you're more likely to get it done. When you speak that into existence, when you're like, I will do this, instead of I want to do this, it's going to be more definitive and more powerful. So just to let you know, because just reading it sounds like a little pushy, but if you actually think it through, then I don't want you to read the email later on and be like, oh, this is a little weird. So yeah. And then your second resolution. Okay. That is a very good goal. We actually haven't seen a lot of that this year, to be honest, and we usually do. So I personally really love that goal. Sorry, I thought one of our other clients was going in. I think my next appointment is here. Okay. And then final goal, unless you have any more. Okay. I like that one. That one's very, very unique. I'm just going to email this to your email. Okay. And send. Okay. So it should be in your inbox relatively soon. And like I said, you can come back next week for your energy reset for the new year. Alright. I am so proud of you for taking the time to make your New Year's resolutions. And I am so excited to see you next week. Alright, have so much fun, and